Hi everybody, welcome to the latest installment of the Camp Aquila Spring virtual programming. Today you're in the Sassone kitchen and we'll be showing a little baking demonstration today. Today we're making flourless fudge cookies, and these are actually great because if you celebrate Passover and observe Passover, these are actually okay for Passover. And they're also gluten-free and they can be made dairy-free also. So we hope you enjoy this. I'll be today's cameraman, and our bakers today are
I'm Julia.
I'm Margot.
Julia and Margot Sassone. So enjoy today's baking lesson. All right, so hopefully you're making these cookies along with us today. And of course, the first thing we want to show you is today's recipe. These are our flourless fudge cookies. And if you want, you could pause the video here and write this down, or even print a screenshot of this so you have your recipe in front of you, just like our girls will. And we're going to show you the ingredients now.
First, we have some baking spray.
And some powdered sugar, otherwise known as confectioner's sugar.
Then we have some cocoa powder,
Kosher salt.
some eggs,
Vanilla extract.
we have chocolate chips, but you can use, like if you're dairy free, you can get some dairy free chocolate chips.
Great, so those are our ingredients. Just gonna show you the recipe again so you know the amounts on those. Julia showed you some cooking spray. Margot showed you powdered sugar, also called confectioner's sugar. We're gonna have 2.5 cups of that. Oh, that sounds good. 3/4 of a cup of the cocoa powder. We use the Hershey's Cocoa Special Dark, as Julia showed you. Kosher salt. Remember, kosher salt is less salty and has bigger grain than your regular baking salt. So make sure you're using kosher salt in this amount, the 1/4 teaspoon. Julia showed you some eggs. We're gonna have to separate those because we're only gonna use the egg whites today. And Margot had the vanilla extract. And as Julia said, chocolate chips. Use whatever kind of chips you like. And you can certainly make these dairy-free if you'd like to by changing out those chips. All right.
Okay, so first we're going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's do that. Yep. And Jules.
And here we have baking sheets lined with parchment paper.
So as we were preparing today's recipe and today's lesson, we decided we were gonna half our recipe here at the Sassone house. It was a lot of cookies, a lot of sugar. So follow along the recipe if you'd like at home, or what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do everything in half. So Julia showed you 2 baking sheets covered with parchment paper. I'm actually only gonna spray one of them right now. And then likewise, when the girls get to do the ingredients, they'll use half of every amount. I'm gonna do a little math to make that happen. But for now, we're gonna spray our baking sheets, or sheet. It's because we did read online that these cookies are really yummy, but they can stick a little bit. So make sure you're using that parchment paper and your cooking spray.
So as we said before, we're halving the recipe. So we are only using 1 cup and 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. So let's put that in. A lot of sugar.
And here we have cocoa powder. I'm going to put in 6 tablespoons of it.
Yummy. I mean, nice and chocolatey.
Yeah.
Nice, Jules. All right. 1. Oh, and recipe. And last one. Nice. 6. Okay. Now we've got to do the salt. So can I have this, please? Thank you. Okay, so half of a 4th. Half of a 4th. Let's see. Is that an 1/8?
It is. We're using our 5th grade mathematics curriculum today too. 1/2 of a 1/4 teaspoon, again, because we're having our recipe.
Hold this over.
If you're following the full recipe, you're gonna use the full 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. We're gonna use half that, which is an 1/8, as Margot said. And I'm gonna give Margot a little tip here, and this is good for our audience at home too. Instead of pouring the salt right over the big bowl, where if we over pour, we're gonna over salt our cookies,
Oh.
I would do it over one of these little cups
Oh, okay.
until you get the right amount. Then go ahead and put it over your actual ingredients, lest we get over salted cookies,
That would not be great.
which has happened here before.
Yeah.
Because of Mom.
Camp Director Debbie likes yummy, salty There's
that
our.
too much?
Nah, that's okay. We like salty things too. Here's our 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt.
All of our dry ingredients are in. Julia is going to mix them together with a whisk.
I've come out from behind the camera. I've been asked to demonstrate how to separate eggs. First thing I want to show you is your house, like mine, may have some eggs in your carton that are hard-boiled eggs. We denote that with an X on our egg. Don't use the hard-boiled ones. That won't work so well. But the regular eggs, there's a few ways to do this. One way that I like to do it is I break it just like I would break a regular egg, more or less, down the middle, and then just carefully try to keep the yolk inside the shell as the egg white falls into the bowl. There's other really cool ways to do this. I've seen some YouTube videos where you put the whole egg in and then you take an empty plastic bottle, like a water bottle, and you can just suck the yolk right out. Really cool stuff out there. We'll try it just the old-fashioned method by breaking the egg and then just trying to hold the yolk inside. See how all the egg white falls down into the bowl.
Whoa.
You go back and forth, allowing the egg white to kind of fall over the edge as the yolk stays in the middle. So go ahead and do that with 4 eggs or whatever method you want to use and end up with your 4 egg whites. All right, we're done with our egg yolks, with our egg whites. 2 things I forgot to mention. One is we're having our recipe, so I actually only did 2 egg whites in here. Also, it's hard to get eggs these days. Shopping is more challenging now than it was before the coronavirus, so you may want to talk to your parents about whether you're going to save your yolks like we did. So you might want to use your egg yolks for something else.
Now we're going to add the vanilla. So we're going to do it over this. So if we accidentally do too much, it won't be already into the egg whites. So we won't have to start over. Okay, hold it safe for me, please. Thank you. Okay. See? Alright, sorry. Alright, dump it in. Good job. We're going to put the egg whites and the vanilla into the dry mixture. So, pour it in, and then you want to mix. Alright. Alright. Okay, now we should add the chocolate chips. So you want to dump those in?
Yeah.
Alright. Mix it up.
This recipe actually recommends that you let the dough rest for 20 minutes at room temperature for shinier cookies. So we're going to go ahead and wait our 20 minutes. What do you imagine happens in the Sassone household when we have 20 minutes to spare?
There was a hole.
There was a hole.
The prettiest little hole.
The prettiest little hole.
That you ever did see.
That you ever did see.
Green grass grew all around and around, and the green grass grew all around. Hey!
All right, that was a good 20 minutes song. Now we are ready to put the cookies onto our lined and greased baking pan. So for this, we recommend using a small ice cream scooper. This is supposed to be scooped out at just a tablespoon at a time. So this isn't going to be like a big pancake-sized scoop, more of a mini ice cream scooper. So Julia's going to get us started on that process. And you just want to make sure that these are far enough apart so when they spread, they don't become one big cookie.
Okay, so we finished scooping our cookies. Now we're going to put them into the oven.
All right, I think our cookies are almost ready. We actually checked on them after 10 minutes and we gave it 1 additional minute because it looked like they needed a little bit more time. But there's our 11th minute. Here are delicious looking flourless fudge cookies. Taking them out of the oven. And as your recipe says, we're going to put them on a cooling rack for about 5 minutes.
And then we can taste them.
And then we get to
Yes? Yes, hi. Yeah, they're ready. Yeah, sure. Yeah, come on in.
Oh my gosh, it's Debbie. It's our guest taster today.
They look gorgeous. They're so shiny.
We can compare photos. If you guys made these at home, send us some pictures.
They smell smell delicious.
Let us know how yours turned out and ours turned out.
Mmm.
Sounds like they turned out really well.
Chewy and chocolatey. Perfect cookie.
Thanks so much to today's bakers, Julia, Margot.
Well
Thanks
done,
so
bakers.
much. We hope you enjoyed this springtime virtual activity and that you guys get to make some wonderful things with your families while home this spring as well. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.